Do you think it's fair for God to send people to a place of punishment that He's designed?
I mean, yeah, of course.
So do you think that you in any way deserve it?
I mean, I don't think so. I think most people would agree I'm a pretty decent guy.
Have you ever thought of excuses you'd give God if you were to stand trial before Him? That is, if you didn't believe in Him while you were living, but found yourself in the heavenly courtroom post-mortem? Well, today, we're taking a look at some of the most common objections unbelievers give to the Christian faith and how they may or may not be legitimate. Maybe you've thought of a few of these yourself.
Can you think of any examples maybe in the Bible that people would say that's an unfair thing that God did?
Noah's Ark.
The flood.
Yeah.
I mean, like wiping out the entire population.
Number one, God is the creator and judge of the universe. He has the right to take anyone's life at any moment. Number two, to remember that every person is going to die. So in taking their lives at a specific moment, God simply accelerated the process of what was already inevitable.
One of the things that would be brought up in one of the philosophy classes that I was in was are people good?
The reality is that all human beings, with the exception of Jesus Christ, every human being is a sinner. And to sin means to violate or transgress the law of God. So we're all lawbreakers. And Romans 6:23 tells us that the wages of sin, or the consequence for sin, is death. So we all deserve death. We deserve physical death in this life, and we deserve eternal separation from God in hell.
Do you think it's fair for God to send people to a place of punishment that He's designed?
I mean, yeah, of course. I mean, some people, Hitler, of course, comes. I mean, there's plenty of atrocities committed. Like, those are just really bad people. And any way you want to split it, like societally, morally, legally, or by God, whatever, it's, you deserve it.
Yeah. So do you think that you in any way deserve it?
I mean, I don't think so. I think most people would agree I'm a pretty decent guy.
Do you think it's fair for Him to send people to hell?
I don't know. Eternal hell is just, so long because it's eternal for a decision that took you maybe 2 minutes.
To those who would say that that is unfair, that the crime doesn't fit the punishment, what would you say to them?
God is eternal, His law is eternal. To transgress His law, therefore, demands an eternal punishment.
Imagine I lie to my 2-year-old son. Okay? Tell him something that's not true. Right? What do you think the consequences I'm going to have with him are? If I lie to him, what's going to happen to me?
I mean, it's just if he finds out that you lied, you'll kind of lose a little bit of trust.
What if I lie to my wife? Right, what are the consequences there?
Probably a lot bigger.
It's going to be way worse.
Yeah.
And she'll definitely find out.
She'll definitely find out, that's right. Now imagine I tell a lie not to my son or my wife, but I tell a lie to my boss at work. Okay. Do you think I could get in trouble or fired from my boss?
You deserve it if you were doing something illegal and you got caught.
Probably.
Yeah.
So like worldly consequences keep going up.
Okay, so now imagine, right, I get more criminal, and instead of lying to my son, wife, boss, I lie to a judge and I commit perjury.
So that's pretty bad.
So do they have the authority to punish me?
I would say so because you gave them your word that you would tell the truth and you didn't.
That's pretty big. You can go to jail.
The more authoritative the person is, right, the bigger deal it is to wrong them or to do something wrong. You might not think of a lie as a big deal, but it really depends on who you're lying to. And the Bible kind of describes sin as something we don't just do against each other, but something we do against God.
Right, and with God, right, do you think it's fair for Him to send people to hell?
Is it fair that He gets to decide that we go to hell?
I don't know.
And then the second thing I would say is that those who are in hell, their hatred towards God is perpetuated for all of eternity. They are continually sinning against Him. So they not only are sent to hell for their act against His eternal law, but they remain in hell because they are in a state of perpetual anger and hatred towards God.
It's a scary thought, standing before a just and holy God, a being who knows everything about you, good and bad, a God who can justly send you to hell for all eternity. Up next, we take a look at our final objections to Christianity, objections to God's solution to keep you out of hell on Road Trip to Truth.